Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the biggest keys for Season 4 in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM to try to sustain some of the positive momentum that this season has seen, and also hopefully build momentum towards the second half of the 2K cycle, because this is the point in time where 2K, at least in the past, has taken off MyTEAM-wise. There have been moments in past 2Ks where the game has really thrived in the second half of the year. That's generally where it does thrive if it's going to. And so my hope is that this year will be another year where we see some real progress, because Season 3 really did show actual progress, I think. Now, will it be sustained? That is, I think, more so the question. That's what I'm intrigued to see and to talk about here in this video. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. Uploading every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's start with the obvious. Free content needs to be sustained at a high level. And I'm not going to sit here and act like this is the best free content we've ever gotten in any MyTEAM or anything like that. But it's the best we've gotten this year, for sure, over the past couple weeks with the Winter Festival and with free cards, first of all, like Franz Wagner, Lou Dort, even Kawhi was attainable for free as well, if you were grinding and if you saved your skulls. Not to mention, obviously, level 40 being David Robinson, who I think was the best level 40 of the year and is still one of the 3 or so best centers in all of MyTEAM. That's the type of cards that you want to see with consistency. And if we can get more free cards like that, that are top tier cards, and more events that give people the opportunity to make MT, that's going to be a very, very important key. And I think that almost transitions into the second part, which again, free content is huge. We need a good level 40 for Season 4. We need a couple of good free cards that impact the game throughout the season. And I will say, by the way, for that free card stuff real quickly before we transition into the more of the no money spent making MT aspect, for the free stuff, I'm not saying that the best cards in the game need to be free. I'm saying that a couple of the best cards in the game need to be free, like Franz Wagner and David Robinson are. You need a couple guys who are free every single season that can compete at the highest level. For example, last season, Season 6, they did an amazing job of that with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and obviously Glenn Rice. And at times in MyTEAM, they've done a great job of that, where you've had a few guys who are really can compete at the highest level. I think this season they did a pretty good job with that. In past seasons, that's not so true. For example, Season 2, none of these guys were competitive level cards at all. They just weren't. And the Dia de los Muertos event was solid, but Shai was not at all attainable for free. And Jaime Jaquez was really, really solid, but he was never like a top 2 card at his position or anything like that. Season 1, T-Mac was early in the year the best card at his position in the game, but that didn't last an exceedingly long time. And I think that was also, in all honesty, kind of the exception. Even in Season 1, I don't feel like most of the free cards were really super duper elite. And so while there were some like grindable stuff in terms of diamond hidden gems and things like that in Season 1, those are all RNG. In my opinion, at the end of the day, RNG type grinds don't really count when it comes to free content unless they guarantee really good stuff from the RNG, because the opportunity to pull really bad stuff is obviously a big issue when it comes to RNG style content. Now, with that being said, that does transition into that second aspect, which is making MT. And MTB making was easily the best it has been all year during this Winter Festival event, with the deluxe badge pack ability and these Dark Matter snowmen that were given away for free, all the other snowmen that were given away for free as well. I mean, I've made 150,000 MT in the last couple of days just off of that deluxe badge pack and exchanging snowmen and all of that type of stuff. And I still have, in all honesty, quite a lot of badges that I could still sell if I wanted to. I mean, if I go through here and look at all my gold badges, I got 4 or 5 of every single badge, even after quick selling and selling a whole lot of badges. And honestly, I haven't sat there and grinded through selling badges like a lot of other people have. There's just so many badges that were given away through this event if you took advantage of it, and that has been a huge opportunity to make a lot of MT. It's been by far the best no money spent content for making MT all year. The other good thing that again transitions or continues through that no money spent aspect is that you have to have high level budget cards. And I think I have a great example of that right here. For example, this isn't a perfect team, and this isn't certainly a perfect budget team. But let's imagine I have my Lonzo Ball in the auction house right now. But let's imagine I have Diamond Lonzo Ball as my starting starting point guard, and I have somebody else who's more affordable. Here, I'll just do it right here just so y'all can see what I'm talking about, because I have these cards sitting in my auction house right now. We'll send PJ Brown to my collection, and we'll send Lonzo Ball to my collection. And this is literally just off rip. This isn't the best budget team you can build by any means. but this is a team that is composed of budget cards and free cards that you can build. That is a very, very, very high level squad in my team. Like, let's just say you built this team right here. Every card in this team is a buyout or a free card. And there are a variety of other really, really good options that are super affordable, even more affordable than this. Like, for example, AC Green. If you had him instead of Jaren Jackson Jr. because you don't have the MT for Jaren, that's fine. You replace Jaime Hawkins with a Gerald Wallace or a Calvin Nat. You replace Lou Dort with a Karan Butler. And that might even be a better squad. Those guys are also super cheap. Like, as a whole, there has been a great influx of budget cards this season, and also an influx of a dropped auction house. And that's been something that has, again, made the game better for the no money spent player. And so that is another thing that needs to continue into season 3. Absolutely. It is very, very important and integral that into season 4. That's going to be crucial for season 4 to sustain the growth of the mode, is that you can build competitive lineups without having to spend a lot of money, and with a lot of really high level budget cards that are attainable for the community. So I'm hoping that that continues in season 4, that we continue to see a lot of high level budget cards. My biggest concern with that is that most of the elite diamond and pink diamond hidden gems have already come out. So we're going to need a lot of non-hidden gem cards to be available this season as like grindable rewards, level 40, other budget card potential sets that maybe aren't as based on these hidden gem drops, that hopefully will come out throughout season 4 as well, to continue that influx of high level budget cards and things of that nature. And that also transitions into pack odds, which do also need to be better. That's my biggest criticism of season 3. Pack odds are still not good enough. In all honesty, I'm not super confident pack odds are ever going to get to the point where they are truly good enough this year to be really, really good. But I hope that we see some sustained progress with some pack odds. They've gotten a little better this season. They're still not close to good enough. It's generally, unless they do these special events like they did this week with this MT Festival stuff, with the exception of these MT Festival type events, and they did on the one other one with Black Friday, there's been very few things this year that are actually worth spending any sort of money on, where you actually get your money's worth for packs. So that's something that, again, I would like to see growth and progress in that area. And then if I have one last thing to critique, or things that I'd like to see improved upon, it's the mode reward style content. Whether it is a guaranteed reward player or an option pack, so that you have more choices of good players. These rewards have not been good enough. A legend badge and a random pink diamond for 400 park wins. Same thing, a legend badge and a random pink diamond for 200 showdown wins is just not a good enough reward for the amount of time that it takes to complete those grinds. And look, it's a little better than it was in season 2, just because the grinds are a little bit less. They made the game requirements slightly easier. They made them, I guess, 20% easier, but still would like to see that even maybe be reduced a little bit more. And honestly, I'd like to see the actual rewards be improved upon further. That's the last thing to me that I think would really help to continue the growth of the mode, is if there was actually more real reason to actually grind these game modes. Because right now, as it is, you build a really good team, and what's the point? You're not grinding for anything that's actually super rewarding. The game modes themselves are not rewarding enough. And I think that also pushes people away from the game, because they don't feel like they're getting rewarded for the time that they put in on grinding these game modes. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all did enjoy several major things that I think can both continue and continue to improve upon the growth of NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.